Okay, stop talking behind their back. All right. Solving equations in one variable. Now, I'm not a huge fraction fan. Actually, I don't mind fractions at all, but my students are big fraction fans. So my students like to get rid of any fractions they can get rid of. So I look for a common denominator, and I multiply everything by that common denominator. In this case, there is only one denominator, so I'm going to multiply everything by that. So multiply by x, multiply by x, multiply by x. And then we'll go through, and x times x is x squared plus, those x's are gone, and we're left with 3 equals 4x. And now we want to solve that. And we did so many of these in Algebra 2. We know to set the equation equal to 0, so bring that 4x over to the other side. In other words, subtract it from both sides. And then I like to factor. Factoring to me is faster than anything else, as long as it's factorable. Let's see, factors of 3 are 3 and 1, and in this case they both have to be negative, so minus 1 minus 3. And either this one or this one has to be equal to 0 in order for this to solve it. So if x minus 1 equals 0, then x equals 1. And if x minus 3 equals 0, then x equals 3. And I think both of those solutions will work. They don't make it undefined or anything like that, so life is good. And it sounds like a semi-truck just drove through the back side of my building there.
Yeah, I think it was a lawnmower, but yeah.
All right.
Same idea. Okay. So this one we're going to look for a common denominator. I think since I've just got one denominator, my common denominator is x minus 4. So let's multiply everything by x minus 4. X minus 4. X minus 4. X. And x minus 4. On the right, 0 times x minus 4 is just 0. Let's see, on the left, x times x minus 4, well, that's just going to be x squared minus 4x. And then these x minus 4s are gone, like we wanted, and that's just going to be plus 1.
Not factorable. What a bummer. Sucks to be you.
Yeah, so we're going to have to use a quadratic equation, I think, right?
Yeah, what was that? Negative b plus and minus square root b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. I think that's how my kids say it.
I think so too. Alright, so let's plug everything in. So I'm going to have a negative 4, right? Negative 4, that's going to give me a positive 4. Right? b is negative 4. Plus or minus the square root of b squared. That's negative 4 squared. Minus 4 times a times c. That's going to be times 1 times 1. All divided by 2a. That's just 2. 2 times 1. Okay, let's simplify a little bit here. So I'm going to have 4 plus or minus the square root of 12 divided by 2.
That's an okay answer, but you'll never see that in a math
Test,
or wherever, yeah.
Whatever, yeah. So let's simplify this square root of 12. I think that's going to be the square root of, 2 times the square root of 3, right?
Yeah.
4 plus or minus 2 times the square root of 2. So the square root of 3 divided by 2. And then I think we can just divide everything by 2, right? 4 divided by 2 is going to be 2 plus or minus the square root, or these 2's go away, right? Plus or minus square root of 3.
And it went away here too. Be careful, we don't just cancel on one thing. I've seen kids do that all the time.
Yep.
So 2 plus or minus square root of 3. Good job. Good job. If you need to see us on reducing square roots or something later, no problem. Holy cow! Who gave me this one? Well, first thing I would do is try to find a common denominator on the bottom, and I'm going to give you a hint. Factor anything that's factorable first. So that's going to be x minus 1 and x minus 3. Hint, hint, a lot of times they're these two things, or part of those two things. So now, it looks like x minus 1 and x minus 3 will make up my common denominator. So I'm going to multiply everything by x minus 1 and x minus 3, and x minus 1 and x minus 3, and x minus 1 and x minus 3. And now let's go cancel crazy. X minus 1's are gone, x minus 3's are gone, x minus 1's and x minus 3's. That was pretty cool. Now let's write down what's left. So on this first one, what's left? Well, we got a 2x times an x minus 3. So that's 2x squared minus 6x. I think that's right, isn't it, if you distribute that through? Then we've got this plus sign. And we've got 1 times x minus 1. 1 times x minus 1. Now we're to the equal sign. And you're just left with 2 on that side. So to solve this again, we get everything on one side of the equal sign, and we want it to be equal to 0. That's what I'm trying to say. So 2x squared, combine like terms, we have minus 5x, and then bring this 2 to this side, so minus 3 equals 0. And again, I was really nice to myself and gave myself one that's factorable. So at 2x times x, let's see, factors of 3 are 3 and 1, so we'll put the 3 and the 1, FOIL, equals 0. So one of these two, or both of them, have to be equal to 0 for this thing to be true. So if 2x plus 1 equals 0, then x equals negative 1/2. And if x minus 3 equals 0, then x equals 3. Let's double check, make sure we double check to make sure we didn't break any rules. Uh-oh, x cannot equal 3. If x is 3, that means this fraction is undefined. So that's not one of the answers. But this one seems to work just fine. I can plug it in any of those places and I don't get an undefined. Now, if you feel comfortable, you can quit watching at this stage, but we're going to do one more because we like this stuff. Rock and roll, sir.
Oh no, it's all on the same side. Well, let's start the same way we did last time. Let's factor this, or let's pull out the x, I guess. Let's factor out an x. So we're going to have x times x plus 2. Okay, those are the same thing. Convenient. I've got an x and I've got an x plus 2. So we're going to multiply both sides by the common denominator like we did before. So I'm going to go x times x plus 2.
Yeah, I would say multiply everything by the common denominator, yeah? And that'll get rid of the fractions.
X times x plus 2, and one more time, x times x plus 2. Alright, on the right, we've still got 0. 0 times anything is 0. So let's move from left to right here. The x's are gone.
There you go.
Yeah, we'll go there, right? Alright, so the x's are gone. I'm going to have x minus 3 times x plus 2. X plus 2's are gone, so that's going to give me 3x plus 3x. Plus, all this stuff is gone here, so I'm just left with 6. Okay. Let's FOIL this thing out. I'm going to have x squared. Minus 3x plus 2x is going to be minus x. Minus 6 plus 3x plus 6 equals 0. Oh look, convenient. These 6's are gone. Negative 6 plus 6's, they cancel out. Negative x plus 3x, that's going to give me a positive 2x. So it's x squared plus 2x equals 0. Let's pull that x out. So I'm going to have x times x plus 2 equals 0. So it's wherever x equals 0 or x plus 2 equals 0. So our solutions should be x equals 0 or x equals negative 2. Let's check our answers. Uh-oh.
Problem city.
Problem here is 0 doesn't work there, and actually it doesn't work here either, right? If we put 0 in there. Or negative 2 doesn't work here or here. I think we've got lots of zeros, so...
Even if you plug this negative 2 in right there, you're going to get a 0. So really, this isn't the solution. This isn't the solution, so...
Yeah, no solution.
No solution. No solution.
All that work for nothing.
Bah!